The motorbikes heading along Auckland streets didn't attract a lot of attention until people saw the bike with a difference. It was higher, wider and longer than all of the other bikes, and it was definitely worth a second look. The bike's called the Martin Conquest 1200 and it was built in the UK. It has 3 wheels, a BMW motorcycle front end, and has been 4 years in the making. But that still didn't explain why it was so much bigger than ordinary road bikes, until we took a closer look. What makes this bike so special is that it was designed for riders in wheelchairs, and it was brought to New Zealand to raise funds for the Kiwi charity Catwalk Spinal Cord Injury Trust. The automated ramp allows easy access for wheelchairs, and the bike's been designed so that everything can be controlled from the handlebars. It even has room for a passenger. Team leader Andy Murray said this was the first time the bike had been seen in New Zealand, and it was an impressive sight.
It's actually 1150 cc's of BMW engine, put on a frame that was made by a guy named Martin Conquest. He built it originally for his son. It's built so people in a wheelchair can just roll straight up onto the bike, lock into a locking key, and away they go. But the good thing about it is every rider that's ridden it so far has said it's just like riding a bike, not a car. It's not like driving a car or anything else. It's like riding a bike.
17 paraplegic riders took on the challenge of riding this high-performance bike from Auckland to the South Island, and journalist Sally Wenley was the first rider to start the tour off.
I'm going to Tauranga today, and there are 16 other paraplegics going in various leagues throughout the country, right down to Invercargill, and then back up to Christchurch, and this bike is being auctioned off. That money will be invested into New Zealand medical schools. There's a project going on which research into curing lesions, spinal cord injuries, to repairing the spinal cord, which at the moment cannot be healed. And it's part of an international form of research, so there's New Zealand medical schools. I think they're working with Australia and London as well. So it's really positive for young scientists and doctors and medical people, as well as obviously people with spinal injuries. So it's a positive, neat thing to do, because at the moment there's very little funding available in New Zealand for medical research. So that's why a lot of our top young, bright people who've done their medical degree and want to do more research go overseas, and we lose them.
Sally Wenley lost the use of her legs after suffering spinal injuries in an accident, and she never imagined she'd ever be able to get back on a motorbike.
I was in a bus crash, and I come from a farm, so I used to ride a farm bike everywhere. And I've never been on a road bike, and I never imagined I'd be able to, so it's a real treat and a big adventure to be able to do it, and it's great fun.
As the bike travelled around the country, it attracted plenty of interest, and Catwalk founder Katrina Williams said the motorcycle was a real boost for wheelchair users.
We're really excited about the way the riders have responded. I haven't seen anyone with a frown yet. Every time they get off it, they get on it and they're really, really nervous. They get off it and the smile is from here to here.
At the end of the fundraising tour, the Martin Conquest bike was auctioned at a fundraising dinner. It raised $50,000 for spinal injury research.
And it's just thanks to Catwalk and Katrina Williams who started it that made it possible.
The bike will be available in New Zealand by the end of the year and will retail for just over $50,000. Penny Ashby, End Zone Tonight.